Hello, welcome to the second weekly devlog for the co-op survival game that I'm working on. Got quite a lot done this week. Fixed quite a lot of bugs, but most notably is some of the new features that I've added. So there is a chest system now, container system, and as you can see, a furnace system here. I'm using the Minecraft icons because I find it's easier just to get some icons from there now while I'm working on it, than actually making my own or getting them AI generated. It's just quicker to go on a Minecraft wiki and get the items. So here they are, pretty basic at the moment, but on the left here we've got the container, on the right here the furnaces. So firstly, with the containers, you now get a press E interaction when you go over it. Next week, the plan is to make these more customizable, so it'll say press E to open, or press E to open chest, and be able to name them, stuff like that. Same with these, just as press E, but again, it should be press E to open or something like that. When you do press E on it, you can see there was like a little animation in the background, and you can move your items over and back again. You can also shift click them across, shift click them back, and you can also sort the items now as well. The sorting is not fully there yet. I find it's causes quite a lot of issues, as it causes the game to hang while it's sorting the items, so it needs a bit of refining there to make it a bit more efficient. But I've done a little bit there, and it seems to have helped a little bit, but there's definitely a lot more to go. That's pretty much it with the chests. Again, this is multiplayer, and I've made it so that multiple people can be in the chest at the same time. I'm noticing quite a lot of survival games, it only lets one person in a chest at a time. I just thought there doesn't really need to be any reason for that. People should be allowed to go in the chest at the same time. And then next we have the furnaces. Oh, I left all my items in the chest, so if I get my items out, we have the furnaces now, which allow certain items to be put in the right, they'll come out the right. Certain items in the left, they'll come out the right. So if I put my cube in here, you'll see we get a nice little progress bar, and they'll turn into a sphere. Again, these are just the test recipes I've got for now. Eventually, you'll be able to put more meaningful items in there. Because at the moment there, you can just put dead sphere, and it will turn it right back into a cube. And I can exit this, go into another one, do the same thing, and they all work independently, and that will go off as you're doing that stuff. So that's it for that. We got chests, we got furnaces. Next, I'll probably add a like a fuel input to this, because at the moment they don't need any fuel or anything like that. So I'll probably just fuel them with wood, stuff like that. And next on the list is we have farming now. So we've got this item, a carrot seed, and a farm plot. I've got 2 farm plots over here already. So if I just equip my seeds, I will now get an option to plant carrot seeds here. So if I go ahead and plant 2 of those, you'll see they've now got 2 little mounds there, indicating that we've got something growing there. And I've sped this up quite a bit for testing. As you can see now, I've got 1 little carrot popping up there, another one popping up there. If you just stand back and watch them for a bit, in about 10 seconds or so, they should become some fully grown carrots. As you can see, they've just popped up there. Again, very basic models at the moment. I'm not much of a modeler myself. I'm debating whether I'll spend time making the models myself, because I could spend probably a day or so creating a single carrot, or if I just buy some models for a tenner, that'll be much easier. So you see there, it grew, and now we've got 9 carrots. So that's all for those things. So we got the chests, we got the item refinery, the furnaces and stuff, we got farms, and we got water. Yeah, so a lot of work I've done this week has been on making it a bit more presentable, the game. I think last week it was just cubes, textureless cubes. So now we've got nice water, nice beaches. I'm quite proud of this water shader, actually. I think it looks quite believable. And also change the character controller as well. Bit of an overhaul on that, so we can crouch, we can jump, we can sprint, and we can also go underwater. I'll turn our screen nice and blue. As we go all the way over here to the other island, I'll show you what else we've got on as well. So one thing I was working on is rocks and metals and ores, different resource types. So you can see here we got different resource types. So rocks, depending on which metal they have, we've got a shader that will make the rock show up a different color depending on what metals contained in it. So we've got the plain one here, which shows that it's got nothing in it. We've got this reddish color one, which for the moment I'm planning to be copper, but then I suppose red could also be iron, so I might need to make it a bit more distinguishable. And this bluey silvery one's supposed to be the iron at the moment. Of course, I haven't actually implemented iron or copper. They all just give you a cube at the moment, but we can see it in action. So as you see here, I've got 9 carrots and 2 cubes. If I pull out my pickaxe that I've got here, and start swinging away. There we go, that's destroyed. And you see we've gathered an extra 5 cubes. And this is reusable on... So the reason I made this a shader is that I can apply it to basically any rock. So you can see this one's got a slight reddish tint to it. This one's pretty blue. This one's got a reddish tint here. And this one's also got reddish tint here. And it's... One thing I'm not so sure in is like making it very visible. Like from here you can tell like this is pretty red. But I think like these are the best cases for it. Like this is very obviously red. This one's very obviously plain. This one's pretty blue. But I think it's important for players to have a very clear visual indicator of what different rocks are, because I know playing these sorts of games it can be quite a pain not knowing if a rock you're seeing is harvestable or not. So I'll probably tweak these values quite a bit, just see what works best. So yeah, we got mining, we got farming, we got storage, we've got refineries, and next is I've actually improved on the building quite a bit. So I give myself some foundations, some walls, and start building out a nice little house. I've done a lot of work on like this sort of snapping together, because previously it wasn't super reliable, things would stack all over the place, but now it's quite obvious if something can be placed or can't be placed. See that that's red and we can't place it, just place that all the way around. There we go. Now we can place things on top of each other as well. It works quite nicely. And also just the graphics look a bit nicer, and the lighting, stuff like that. Which makes it a lot nicer to test rather than just walk around cube land everywhere. And you can break them. So we can make a nice little house. Got some rocks, stuff like that, and then, you know, we make some chests and furnaces. We can go ahead and place those in our house as well. And store our items away. That's all for these features for now. You might have noticed that when I walk around with this pickaxe, it's got a bit of a sway to it. Just adding some more ambient animations. Just nice little touches. Over time, that'll make the game hopefully just feel a lot nicer. But as for this week, that's it. I think it's quite happy with the progress. It's quite a lot added in this week. So remember, it is multiplayer as well, so this is all the client side and the server side work. I haven't figured out how to sort of demo the multiplayer things. I might get my wife to maybe do these with me and show it all working together. But otherwise, that's it for this week. I look forward to showing you what I do next week. Thanks very much.